I got some other research from an article from Men's Health that does have references to different medical research as well. Could be the same research I did, but they didn't name all the researchers. They just named a lot of the results that they found. And one of the things that they talked about is that how low testosterone might impact your relationship, and that testosterone plays a crucial role in many bodily functions, but one of the things that it can do is it could impact your relationship. So we will definitely get into more of that, right? So I think one of the things, that people, the first thing they think of is low testosterone equals low erectile function, which is actually quite accurate, except in situations where perhaps somebody's had prostate removed, perhaps they're much older in their 90s and it can 80s, 90s, and the tissues are starting to become there's less strength in the tissues, like erectile tissues naturally. So the testosterone could impact that. I did have a client who had very high testosterone, who was a much older gentleman, that he had erectile dysfunction, and it actually was baffling to him. He's like, but I have high testosterone. I should, yeah. And I'm like, yes, but there is the fact that the tissues need to be like a muscle, right? It needs to be used, and it needs to be lengthened and strengthened. And there are exercises that can be done for lengthening and strengthening. It doesn't technically lengthen, but what can happen over age and time is that it can start to, the erectile tissue, as it is less strong, it can look like it's retracting. So it can look like a penis is shrinking, even though there's probably still the same amount of tissue. It's just not as it's not as profound as maybe it was in your 20s. So erectile tissue, yeah, we can find that there can be a correlation between erectile function and testosterone, although I don't know what grouping of people they're always looking at, and I don't think it's true across the board. I can only say that because of the one particular client I had whose testosterone was high normal, and did have erectile dysfunction and did not actually have a prostate removed. So prostate removal can be, and it can impact the erection as well. So it's not always that you have low testosterone that you don't have an erection. It can be many different things. It can even be shame. It can be a lot of other things. So, oh, and hint, women also have erectile tissue. Females have erectile tissue. Yeah, I know. Because guess what? The clitoris gets erect. I know, what? Oh, yeah. So isn't it so confusing that we all actually have the same parts, but they're all just organized differently? It's so confusing, but so beautiful. I think it's beautiful, but a lot of people are like, no, we're very this or we're very, now we all have exactly the same tissues organized differently. Go deal with it.